Now a lot of my subscribers will know I freaking love the Ace Attorney series, so when its creator, Shu Takumi, announced Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, I was eager as hell to play it. And whilst I don't think this game is quite up there with Phoenix Wright & Co., I still think that this original take on an adventure game should be checked out by anyone expressing even a remote interest in the genre. You play as Cizelle and you start the game with him dead, and he doesn't remember who he is or how he kicked the bucket. In other words, he has amnesia. Well, that's an original concept for a game character, except for Neku Sagaraba, Shinoa, Alex Mercer, Nini Williams, Darth Revan, Kami, Heracles.
Get on with it!
Ah, come on, trite, even you got amnesia once. Oh, f*** you. But I'll give this game credit though, I don't think I've ever seen a dead person with amnesia. Anyway, the premise of the story is that Cizelle has to find out who he is and who killed him, and this is made interesting to the player through charming, witty dialogue and zany characters like this talking desk lamp, who I swear has to be related to that desk lamp from the Pixar logo. Whilst Ghost Trick is a lot different than Ace Attorney, I think it does draw a lot of influences from it. You've got a dog called Missile, who was in the original Phoenix Wright game, you've got your wacky female companion, a la Maya Fair, and tell me, does he look familiar? By the way, it's not Phoenix Wright himself. It would have been cool to see a cameo. Another influence from the Ace Attorney games is that the game likes to constantly leave cliffhangers. Whilst not as noticeable as the Ace Attorney ones, it does make you want to keep playing, and it makes Ghost Trick hard to put down. Now Ghost Trick is a very wordy game, so if you hate reading, then this isn't for you. It would have been nice to see some voice acting, but you can't have everything on a DS card. Thankfully the dialogue's been written and translated from Japanese very well, and that combined with some quirky visual cues will guarantee a chuckle or two. Now I didn't understand how Ghost Trick worked until I played it, so I'll try my best to explain here. As Cizelle's spirit, you get around by possessing and moving from object to object by using your stylus. The catch is that Cizelle can only move so far. Now some of these objects have actions, so for example you can turn on a fan or put up an umbrella. The objective of the game is to manipulate objects in such a way so you can either get to where you need to be or to stop someone's death. Whenever anybody gets killed, you can rewind time by 4 minutes, watch what happens between them and their death, and then prevent their death by either killing an assassin or change what the character is doing that's going to lead to their death.
Everybody got that?
It's easy to understand once you start playing, and it's the experimentation that makes Ghost Trick so fun to play. Once you understand what all the objects do and when you should activate them, is this game's challenge factor. And unfortunately it can lead to a lot of trial and error, but luckily you can start over a scenario again if you mess up. This can lead to you having to repeat what you just saw, but it's no big deal. What is a shame is that once you finish the game, there's not much reason to go back and play it again, but that only makes me hungrier for a sequel. It's a shame that DS games don't get more DLC. If you've read up about this game, you might have heard everyone praising Ghost Trick for its superb animation. And yeah, the animation is deserving of the buzz. It's just so damn smooth. I hear it uses rotoscoping, which is where you trace over live footage frame by frame, and the end result looks incredible. I would really like to see this released on PSN or something. If this was HD, it could look phenomenal. The soundtrack isn't anything special, but you don't want to have it distract from reading, so in that respect it does its job well. People say they are tired of how the movie business is full of sequels and remakes these days, and this is just as true in the video game business. Just look at your video game collection. Chances are most of the games you own are sequels. So when a totally original concept in a video game comes along, it makes the game all that more special, and this is why I don't think you should miss out on Ghost Trick Phantom Detective. It's unique, addictive, and just fun to play. And whilst there is no replayability after you finish the game, I still think it's good enough to get my full price rating. I truly am hoping that this isn't the only Ghost Trick game there will be, as it's so deserving of a sequel. It's no big profile release like Pokemon or Zelda, but if there's any reason why you should still play your DS, then Ghost Trick is that reason.